Herring finished 15th in his Nationwide Series debut back at Iowa in August. Checking in on another battle, Trevor Baynes got his hands full with Stephen Wallace. That is for 8th position.
Yeah, he really does have his hands full. I've watched him the last couple of laps. See Stephen trying to go to the inside off of turn 2 right now. He's tried this a couple of times, and they keep running in on some lap traffic. It's kept him from making this pass. Stephen Wallace having a good day here, though.
Jason Leffler right behind him, along with Ryan Newman.
Ryan Newman and Jason Leffler have been duking it out the same way here from the start of the race. And looks like Leffler's got a pretty good car. Kind of reeled these guys in a little bit.
They're going around Mark Davis. Mark is a lap down right now in the 20. And that battle sort of strung out for the moment, although here comes the 66 again, trying to take another look.
It looks like Trevor Baynes having a hard time whenever they're not in traffic, holding his car down some. That's leaving that bottom lane open for Stephen. He tries to get in a little harder there, see if he can get up beside him and keep his run off the corner.
Stephen making his 150th Nationwide Series start, still looking for win number 1. Could it come today? Everybody's going to have to, as we mentioned at the beginning of the broadcast, you're going to have to go through Gibbs Racing up front with Kyle Busch still leading. He has now led 38 laps as this battle keeps going. It's one of the best we have on track. 3 cars. This is the closest battle between 3.
Your son Steve, Rusty, try and figure out a way around Trevor Bayne. Steve in the 66, Bayne in the 99 for what, about 25 laps?
And these 4 cars right here, it's been the best race so far. They've been battling back and forth. And I heard DJ say, boy, Steve ought to try the top lane. I totally agree. He's getting boxed in on the bottom of this track, and Trevor's got that.
Let's check in now on the 98 of Paul Menard, the 66 of Stephen Wallace. Stevens had close quarter races at the top of the green flag. This is for 7th, and right behind there you see the 38, Jason Leffler as well. Here comes Menard taking a look on the inside.
Now, Stephen knows from his racing and trying to make passes here already today that it's going to be a tough act for somebody to go to the inside and make that pass on him. So he's willing to give a little bit of that space, see if he can hold off Paul Menard here.
Menard's got a fender on him. Now, side by side, they go into the corner. Can he clear him? Stephen runs up a little higher, and he's going to surrender the spot.
He might be battling his handling a little bit right now.
We've seen some pretty hard racing.
Oh, yeah, I tell you, there's 4 cars right there. Ryan Newman and Jason Leffler, Steve Wallace, Trevor Bayne battling back and forth. Little bumper contact there. Hey, I didn't like what you did. I'll give you a little break here. Those guys have been roughing each other up.
How about Stephen Wallace and his teammate Brendan Gaughan ganging up on the 22 of Brad Keselowski. They're both on the high side. Here comes the 38 of Leffler.
It's almost the same thing we saw in the spring with Brad Keselowski. Ran the top 5 first half of the race, and now he's battling to try to just stay in the top 10.
Yeah, they lost a couple of spots there on the pit stop. You can see his car's just not that good once he got back into traffic.
Michael and Nat, Stephen Wallace battling for 9th. There's Ricky Stenhouse. Whoa, that got close.
Newman's out of shape, too.
And there's Kevin Harvick. Now, remember, he was at the tail end of this deal after basically stalling. Thought there was a major issue with the car. All of a sudden, it refired. There's no more smoke, and here he is taking on Ricky Stenhouse. Ricky Stenhouse taking a look under the 66 of Stephen Wallace. Can't get it done as he slides up. Justin Allgaier right behind him there, and he's back on the lead lap. Make sure to go to NASCAR.com for all your latest NASCAR information. Here at Dover, we are under our 4th caution. Brad Keselowski spun it around after contact with Stephen Wallace. He is trying to stay on the lead lap. You can see the damage that they're trying to pull out. He has completed all but 1 lap in the 2010 season. There's the damage on the 66 of Stephen Wallace on the left side. Now, he's got damage on the right side as well. Let's go back and show you how this all unfolded.
A lot of hard racing here. You see his cars lined up. Stephen Wallace having a great day, but gets just a little bit high, gets in the wall. Stenhouse gets underneath. Keselowski tries to follow him in there.
Yeah, and just gets down in there and tries to get in a little hard, got a little bit loose. He's saying that maybe he got chopped off a little bit there, but that's always looks different from the seat there than what you see on TV a lot of times. But no doubt that Brad just got loose as he got down in.
Brad has a record of his own that is in potential jeopardy.
Look at Harvick.
Yeah.
What a good job he does.
Right along with him down into the corner here. You see Stephen comes down some, but he still had enough racing room there. What happens that makes you just get your car loose with that car on the outside.
Let's go on board with teammate Justin Allgaier.
Clear down, clear down. Come on, come on, come on. Clear. Caution's out.
I mentioned that record that Brad Keselowski holds, 94 straight races that he has been running at the finish. That is an all-time Nationwide Series mark. Well, Stephen Wallace doesn't look all that worse for the wear, considering the damage. He's got fresh tires underneath him. On board with Stephen. He's currently running in the 12th position. Whoa, Darnell gets loose, opens the door for the 66. Keselowski in this mix, and Stephen Wallace out in front of all of them. That is 11th, on back through 14th. Rear, and he's racing like there's 15 laps to go, which there is.
That's actually 14.
14 now. The race leader's just past strike.
Yeah, but Stenhouse, he kind of got forced up there a little while ago up to the high side. He'd been running around the bottom most of the race, but he got forced up there in traffic, and so he's able to make up some time there. So he's making that high side work. He might get to the top 10.
Stenhouse is closing, and here comes Stephen Wallace as well.
Yeah, Stenhouse going to try to use that groove that Ryan Newman's been using up on the higher side and see if he can make that pass.
The view from Stephen Wallace.
Gives you a little bit of an idea of how you drive uphill out of these corners. It's what you fight. You've got the banking, and then it flattens out, even though the straightaways are still banked 9 degrees.
You see Brian Scott also giving the 66 a look.
Joe's going to get his picture taken.
Here comes a battle. Stephen Wallace, and he holds off Brian Scott for the 12th position.